What's going on, guys? It's Zinux here back with another video for you guys, and today, the Destiny community is fed up. Bungie, we need something to change. Now, my videos lately have been seeing more of a kind of rant sort of style, and I do apologize if you guys do not enjoy that sort of style and you want to see different stuff from me instead of just ranting, but this has gotten out of hand. With the release of the new Iron Banner, it has been quite the downfall. It is not really fun at all, and the token system is just getting ridiculous. I already made a token video. If you guys want to check it out, you can check it on the link down below in the description. But pretty much tokens are just overruling this game, which they aren't a bad concept. If they were just stuck to having tokens for factions, or just the world factions themselves, the world vendors, if they just had tokens for those guys in general for each of the worlds, then that's fine. And then just have a different looting system for the actual vendors at the tower and the faction rally and the token system for Iron Banner, you know, just change it up. Then I think it would have been a little bit better. As me and my friends play the game, we notice more and more wrong with it. And obviously, that's what's going to happen when you play a game, and sometimes you are looking for stuff that's wrong because you're bored of what you're doing, and that's fine because, you know, sometimes, you know, they just can't add everything that you want. But in this case, it just got worse. It seems on some things they've kind of actually went backwards in Destiny 2 compared to D1. D1, what happened to Strike's scoring system? Now, the Strike scoring system wasn't necessarily that amazing or a cool thing to add, but it was still kind of fun just to have it there and see how much score you get at the end of the strikes. Completely gone. Like we talked about in the last video, strike-specific loot, gone. And then the PvP crisis, which turning all PvP into 4v4 mode only, instead of having some sort of casual mode, destroyed it completely. Quick play people are sweating, and it's ridiculous. We don't need sweats in quick play matches. They're quick play. It's meant to be just, you know, just play and have fun, dude. Not and just freaking try your balls off and try and win the match. And that's what's happening a lot of the times. You're running into people that are just trying super hard, and you know they don't even care, dude. They're just gonna try super hard and just annihilate the other team instead of just having fun, having a regular match, not care if you win or lose, just have some fun, you know. And that's one thing that Bungie could take in a different direction, is actually add a casual PvP mode to the system. What happened to Rumble? I don't understand why we took Rumble out. They should have kept that in. You know, add a Rumble system to it, free for all. That would be great. And just add more casual mode to it, you know? Maybe bring back 6v6, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the maps are kind of dedicated more to 4v4, but I mean, 6v6 was not bad. I don't understand why it was taken away. Iron Banner itself is just a problem in general, because Iron Banner, the weapons are just literally reprinted guns that we already have in the game. The armor is the only thing original and cool looking, and people were saying that the first Iron Banner that we had in Destiny 1 were reprinted guns as well, and why are we complaining about it in D2? Well, the thing is that in D1, you know, it was the first time Iron Banner came around. This is the second game of Iron Banner coming around after 3 years prior to this, and we still have reprinted guns. You'd think they'd take the time and not be lazy to actually make new weapons like they did for the gear. The gear looks freaking amazing. Why didn't we get any different weapons that were actually, you know, had some variations to them in style? Now, on screen, you'll probably notice that there is just a video of people complaining about the game, and this is what really set me off to make this video, is that literally every single Destiny post that you look at, there is hate on it and people talking crap about the game. And should they do it? I mean, it sucks to have people constantly complaining on your posts whenever you post just anything for Destiny wise, and just people are complaining non-stop, and that does suck, but it means they actually care and they want the game to be different and better. So that's the whole reason why that there is complaining in general. Some people just like to complain no matter what, and they don't care, they just want to talk shit, you know, but that's different compared to the Destiny community, because the Destiny community actually cares about the game and want it to change to be better and have it more fun and just have everything changed. Like, speaking of endgame content, which the endgame content just wasn't there. It's very hollow. There's no depth to it at all. The endgame content is just nowhere to be found. And why is that? What can be changed to add endgame content? Well, how about maybe a prestige mode sort of deal, like not actual prestige mode for the raid and the nightfall, actual prestiging of level. Now you could have a system like that to grind, so it actually makes you want to level up more and get certain gear for that as well, and you know, just add a little bit more enjoyment to it by giving you an objective of what to do. In the first game, we had the raid of objective that we needed to do to get to the highest level no matter what. We needed to get to light level 30, and the only way we could do that was through the raid until Iron Banner came out. Now, that was a problem at the time too, because people complained that they couldn't get enough people to do a raid, they couldn't even finish the raid because they're not good enough, or people didn't like them, kept kicking them, or Iron Banner, they're just not good enough for PvP. You know, all that was just flaws in itself, but it was still a better system instead of everybody being, not everybody, but a majority of the people being, you know, 300 light level before the first raid even dropped. Because if you're already one of the highest levels in the game before the raid even drops, what's the point of even grinding the raid? Especially when the weapons aren't even all that good and they don't actually affect the Cabal. Like every other raid that we had, the weapons that we got in the normal raid would do more damage to a certain enemy, so we could use it in the hard raid, or so on and so forth, with the hard weapons being even better towards it as well. And it's just like, they took all that away. Why? What was the point of that? Why are we going backwards? So there was actually a statement released about all this crazy feedback that Bungie has been getting, and that is called the Feedback Frenzy Statement. And I found the statement just on Triple Rex post on Twitter. It looks like this was actually just on a Bungie post update sort of thing that they do weekly. And it says, ever since the launch, there has been feedback posted anywhere and everywhere that discussions about Destiny 2 happen on the internet. I'm always dialed into our own feedback forum, as well as other avenues your travel to share your ideas with us. Some topics are as broad as ways to make the Crucible more fun. Some are much more specific, like add a method to mass delete shaders, which whoever thought of that was a pretty good idea. We're reading as much of your chatter as we possibly can. There are millions of you after all. One thing we have noticed is a lot of discussions about the endgame and how it can be improved. Right now, these discussions are also happening in our studio. We are listening but need time to digest everything and draw up the past plans for the future. We will have more to say on this soon. Please stay tuned and keep the conversation rolling. So that's Bungie's official response to all the crazy feedback that's been going on, and I'd say that's a really good response for them to have, and it shows that they are trying to figure out what to do next, and they are thinking as hard as they can on what they can do, and we just need to wait and prepare for it, because I mean, it is a game that they have to add stuff to, and that's not going to happen overnight. First, you got to get a general basis on what they're going to do, and then get a story going and whatnot, and, you know, whatever they are going to do. I mean, simple fixes like the add method to a mass delete shaders, you know, that's something that they can do probably within a couple days, but, like, something like endgame content fixing, that's going to take a little while, and we're not going to probably see something like that drop for another month or so, but we are having the DLC coming still, so we should be pumped for that as well. They could have made it where Xur only sells certain exotics that you can't already get as a drop. Exotics were way too easy to get in this game, and that is a huge problem because an exotic is supposed to be this amazing weapon or armor piece that you have that's, you know, just gonna really turn the tides of battle, which it doesn't. A lot of the exotics in this game are very underwhelming, weapon-wise and armor-wise. They're just not that good. There's only a couple that really speak out for each class, Foe Tracer being one of them, which is a really helpful hunter helmet to have, and it's kind of like a shitty sort of style to kill your enemies because you just know where they're going after you've already marked them. But, I mean, that's obviously something that's useful, and it's a good exotic to have. Weapon-wise, there's just a lot of useless exotics that I don't understand why they put in the game, and why they even thought that they were going to be good. And, like, we're going back to Xur for a second, we got off track, is that why didn't Xur have an inventory of exotics of his own instead of getting exotics that we already have? You know, he just brings in his inventory, which is already very lackluster in general. You only get 4 exotics. The first game, you had heavy ammo stints, you had special ammo stints, you had this and that, and now you only have 4 exotics in his inventory. It just feels very underwhelming and looks really weird and bad. Now, this is still all coming before DLC actually comes out. You know, we're all talking about this game dying and everything like that. The first DLC hasn't even dropped yet, and that's going to drop in December, which will hopefully bring this game back on track, but I don't know. It seems like this Bungie's going even farther backwards than the first game, so I don't know what to think about this game anymore, and I'm already growing very old of it, not really caring to play it anymore, which really sucks because Destiny 1 I could play non-stop every day and still have fun. This game just doesn't have that same replayability, and I don't know why. It's hard to really pinpoint why the replayability isn't there. It just doesn't feel as fun as it used to, and there's just a lot of things wrong with the game that they could have taken more time to actually just do. But one other thing that we want to get over in this video before we ended was how they're saying ways to make the Crucible more fun. And since they are, you know, noticing people talking about ways to make Crucible more fun, please, Bungie, if you see this video in any way, add a ranking system. There's actually a cool ranking symbols that this guy made on Twitter. I forgot his name. I'll probably have a screenshot on screen, though, because I do have the tweet retweeted, I believe. So I'll throw up a screenshot on screen, and they are really cool looking ideas. It's a really nice idea for the ranking system, and it's kind of the whole Halo system where it goes 1 to 50, like it would in the old playlist for ranked for Halo 3 and whatnot. And those were the funnest ranking systems in my opinion. I used to grind Lone Wolf all the time in that playlist. That was so much fun, and I think that's a really good idea for a ranking system to come back. The whole idea for a ranking system as well is to give the competitive player more, you know, just of an objective to play the game. There's really nothing that we can, like, get or really want to achieve. I mean, some people really like to grind Elo in Trials of Osiris, which I was one of them at when the trials first dropped in this game, and now I'm also just kind of slowly dying out on wanting to do that. It was pretty cool for a little while, but then it's just kind of like, now it's fun again already. So I don't really know. Hopefully Bungie thinks of something soon and we can really get this game going. They said they had most of the studio working on this game for about 1.5 years or so, and it just, some of the stuff shows. Like, the scenery, the maps, everything looks phenomenal and looks amazing, but then everything else just fails. Like, we bring over a bunch of exotics from the first game, and then we remake a map and bring it into the game, Shores of Time. That's a total remade map and brought in, which is cool to bring in an old map, but I don't think it should have been brought in at this certain time because it just triggered more people because of another reskin, and, you know, people are already pissed about that, so that's a big fail on their part. But hopefully we will see some changes in the future here. If you guys do enjoy this video, or I'm sorry, did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys have any opinions on this as well, leave it in the comment section down below. I tend to get a lot of hate on these type of videos because people don't agree. They call me whining, stuff like that. But I mean, honestly, it's just me speaking my mind about the game and how they could change it and make it better. If you guys have any ideas, like I said, though, let me know in the comment section down below. And we're going to try and put out an Iron Banner video this week of some sort of weapon. It's just hard for me to play Iron Banner because it's just not that fun. And plus, I am not getting any weapon drops that are good. I got the grenade launcher and the pistol. That is literally it. And then I keep getting duplicates of those. So, yeah, really fun. Real fun, Bungie. So, we're going to try our best to get another weapon and make a review on it. If not, I'll just use the freaking pistol, even though it sucks ass, and we'll try and make a review out of it. Thank you guys for watching, though. Make sure to please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.